My name is Aster, an eladrin hailing from the Feywilds. I have traversed great lengths to get here. I am a cleric of the god Sylvanas, and a sage of the Four Seasons, sent on a divine mission to determine the halt of the natural order, and hopefully set things right.
Hi, my name is Cerelia. Cerelia Eon. I am an autognome bard from the island nation of Lantan. I have traveled to the Icewind Dale to find something stolen from my creator, among other things. Bye-bye!
Hello, my name is Cyphus Tomeseeker. I am a human mage hailing from the Academy of Waterdeep. I have heard rumors of a great city once lifted to the stars that came crashing back down, here in the far north. Hence have I come to the Icewind Dale, seeking the knowledge and magic of that once great city.
Greetings, friends. I am Garosh, a proud silver dragonborn. I grew up in forests south of the Icewind Dale, training to become a stronger ranger that protects both nature and civilization. I have come to the Icewind Dale following a prophetic dream and a mysterious egg. I look forward to seeing what challenges present themselves and to help the people that are suffering along the way.
Hello, my name is Kataros, and I'm a half-drow tiefling. I grew up not far from the Icewind Dale in a small settlement just outside of Luskan. I was born with an innate arcane ability, and have worked on mastering my powers for as long as I can remember. Now that my life is in my own hands, I want to travel to the Dale and find myself.
Finally. Alright.
To Targos we will go.
To Targos. Welcome, welcome. Let me get our music.
Targos we will go. To Targos we will go.
Oh, I'm not even on the owlbear. It would definitely help if I was also on the owlbear.
I will say, mounted owlbear combat.
Excuse me?
I rest my case.
Okay.
I agree.
So, as you guys awake, first off, at least half of the village has disappeared to where you have no idea. Of course, Thok and her family have all but torn off into the night after the party had ended. People are drunkenly sprawled out throughout the tavern, and you guys are too. So I'd like to take a minute and let you guys describe where in the bar you find yourself waking up after a night of drinking. Obviously, there are some of you that cannot get drunk, so we'll start with probably the only sober and well-minded person at the moment, Cerelia, who...
Well-minded Cerelia.
Saying that when she's ill.
I'm more just saying that she's a strange little guy.
I imagine, and this is such a reach, so for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. But I imagine when you guys let Cerelia, like, set her off on stage, she turns into that thing from the Back at the Barnyard movie that they keep under lock and key. That just goes absolutely fuck nuts when they let it rip.
Yeah, Grant, I have no fucking idea.
No, you don't.
I love you so much.
Back at the Barnyard.
No, not the show, the movie.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I was a child.
I
was
Can we?
gonna
No, hold on. Can we make a poll?
No. What's the poll?
Have you seen
Anybody
Back at the
fucking know what
Barnyard?
Oh, it's called Wild Mike.
Yeah, that doesn't clear anything.
You know
up.
what? You know what, Haley? You describe this as I get this up so that people can know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm putting it in the game discussion mainly because I think it's funny.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. Usually Cerelia just watches over everyone's stuff, like I guess like a little, like one of the turrets from Portal, just like standing there, and if she spots you, she's like, "I see you."
Dude, imagine waking up with sleep paralysis and the only thing between you and the door is Cerelia, whose eyes are slowly scanning the room.
Are you still there?
Creepy, fucking
Yeah.
little robot girl. That was my nickname in college, Nick says to the hairy guy.
Hairy little guy, first off.
Look
Hairy
in game
little
discussion
guy.
in the server, and I have a gif of what I imagine Cerelia does when you let her go off.
All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, that's funny.
But it's that while she's turning her Gertie. Second,
Hitting the Gertie.
tonight we let the Gertie talk. Cyphus.
And it says,
Cyphus kept it relatively tame last night,
Mm-hmm.
so he woke up in a bed at least.
Oh, okay.
I think this is the first time Aster has had good alcohol since coming to this realm. So I think he actually enjoyed himself and is now like fully passed out on the couch hungover.
Okay. So Cyphus, I know you drank a lot last night because there is no beds in this tavern. So as he awakens, he finds himself. He pulls the covers over, and by the covers I mean the tablecloth, and his pack acting as his pillow. Sort of shifts, and he wakes up realizing he's covered in a very long tablecloth. Someone asked, does Garosh have entangling strike? I don't know. Woo?
You, Garosh? I feel like that's a
no,
Garosh question.
but
Yeah.
I probably should pick it up.
That's true. But Aster, over in the corner, there's a fire that's obviously being tended to, and every so often you'll be awoken by Olivessa Untapor, who's brought some small logs over to keep it at least lit, the kindling being thrown in, and like occasionally spiking in heat and giving you like a nice warm wave of comfort as you lay on these very comfortable couches as well, stuffed with various axbeak fur. And sorry, not fur, but feather. So, and every toss and turn, you become a little bit more aware of where you are until you're finally awakened by the sound of a very particularly large crackle from the fire. Kataros?
I feel like he didn't drink a ton last night, but he's definitely waking up like heads up 7-Up style, head down on a table.
Heads up 7-Up. That's such a good fucking description for it. Fell asleep at some point on a table. The drink in front of you is like stained dry with the mead that has evaporated from it. Looking around, you can see there's some patrons laying along the floor. Apparently the people in Good Mead not only have good mead, but have good parties as well.
Petition to rename the town Good Party.
Good party. And Garosh. You're the one tipped over.
Yeah, no, I the way I'm seeing it, Garosh probably at some point put 2 tables together, thinking it was a bed.
The idea of him dragging it, like people dragging blankets or something, but he's carrying like a full table that is meant for humans.
Yes.
Putting them together and then laying his dragonborn body across. His head is of course on the end of the tables, but his legs kind of hang off. I don't know if he's a mummy sleeper, if you know what I mean.
I think here he's just kind of passed out, so he's more sprawled.
Fair enough. His hands hanging off both sides. As you all awaken, you realize the people have started to gather and clean their mess, whatever they've left behind. As you gather yourselves, or at least pick up what's left from around your night of partying, grab your bags, and I know there's been light discussion, and there was probably more of an intense drunk discussion amongst some of you the night before about where you're to go next throughout the town, and people asking, what's next for you guys? Sunseekers like yourself usually don't stay in one place for too long. And of course, being met with various answers, though one rang at least most fluidly. and probably most commonly, and that was to head over to Targos.
Yeah.
Now that you guys have gathered yourselves and taken stock of what you've got, I did want to ask, how do people feel? For those of you who have gotten recent magic items, you have probably not attuned to them before, or at least we've not practiced attuning to them. But last night may have been a chance to attune to.
Fucking drunk in attuning to shit.
Is that dangerous?
I don't know.
Do I need to attune to the Sentinel Shield?
Let's check.
If we're allowed to do it retroactively, I'll attune my pearl.
I believe create a short rest focused on that item. So perhaps whoever's not driving can attune as we travel to Targos today. You guys have somewhat of a long trip, if I'm not mistaken. Going all the way from Goodmead to Bryn Shander to Targos is not going to be an easy trek. You guys are going dog sledding. Actually, it should be... pretty easy if you're going by dog sled. Or at least it would be if you weren't traveling with one dog. If you'd like, you can also rent sled dogs from Goodmead to head over. And that will probably give you a better chance. It'll take you a little bit longer than normal if you want to travel with just Boof in your party. I know Moss is off somewhere, but sadly not being with you guys, he's not going to be able to help.
Return to the wild.
You will be traveling a total of 16 miles today. So whether you'd like to do that with a full dog sled or walking, up to you.
We could have Raphael pull.
Who the fuck is Raphael?
Wait, Ronaldo. Sorry, Ronaldo.
Somebody has been playing. Yeah, you're gonna fucking hit it, whip him like a.
We pay him enough. He should pull.
Oh
my goodness.
He's not built for such things. He's a delicate boy.
For those of you who have gotten up and headed outside, you guys can see Ronaldo has not only prepared your things packed up and ready, but he's harnessed Boof and prepared him for a journey as well. Good morning!
Would we be able to get another sled dog soon?
You could buy one right now if you'd like to. There's kennels. However, in Goodmead, there's probably a limit. If they don't sell it here, of course, you could always go to Targos or to Bryn Shander, and they without doubt have dogs. I meant to... I don't know. You do not have to attune to the Sentinel Shield.
Okay, cool. Good stuff. Great. In that case, yeah, I think we should head to Targos. And, I mean, we might as well stop at Bryn Shander on the way.
Okay.
I finally have a fucking map of the 10 towns up, so...
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Let's go.
And yeah, let's see if we can get another doll.
Let's go.
We got
that dog in him.
we got money. Oh, it's a start of a new day. Should I pay?
Oh,
Is
yes.
it a start of a new day?
Yeah, it is. It is the 10th of Elian. So if you can, Ronaldo isn't going to like pressure you, but every so often you catch him. Okay, yeah.
No, the second I wake up, or the second Ronaldo wakes up, I guess, because I don't sleep fully. I immediately give him too cold before I forget. I think with anything,
slam it.
Aster is literally like at like 4 a.m, has pulled out the 2 gold pieces and is just like kind of holding them for an awkward period of time. So that he remembers to give them. It's like the people of this plane need currency to survive. It's very important.
he is very grateful and gives you like a thank you. I appreciate how on time you are with my payments. I won't fail you today, and if you need anything, I'm always here. And he does a little like binny like with his little ukulele guitar. I guess it'd be more of a viol or
lute.
A lute.
Does he have? I guess. Grant, and you don't have to give me anything with this, but I want to ask him if he's had any visions lately.
Visions? No, but I have felt the whispers of the spirits over my shoulder.
What have they been saying, boy?
Well, the souls of the cold light walkers that walk this tundra always yearn for something warm. And it is unnerving, but I grow used to it. He discusses how souls of people who travel along and are lost to Auril in the everlasting rhyme yearn for something to warm their cold bodies, but alas, it will never come.
That seems very interesting. Fascinating. It must be difficult being almost haunted by voices such. But
it is a gift and a curse. And he, like, doesn't look happy, but gives you like a.
Are you able to sleep well at night?
Oh, more than you'd believe, but it does keep me up here and then, depending on the souls that wander. I hear their voices, but they're not always loud. As you guys pack up Boof and get your things together, you are going to take... it's going to be a little over 4 to 3 miles an hour. So, with 16 miles to travel, it'll take you 5 hours at most, with intermittent 2 to 3 hour break, so that Boof may rest. It is 8 a.m. You guys will totally be traveling for 7 hours.
Grant, let me buy a dog.
Well, okay. To get to...
Get a load of that dog.
Get a load of that dog.
Get a load of that dog.
It will be... Oh. It'll take at least 6 to 7 hours to travel to Bryn Shander itself. So while you guys are traveling, those of you who have not attuned to your belongings, now would be the time. And I guess it wouldn't necessarily count as a short rest, but for those traveling on sled and in cart, or I guess not cart, but as like luggage, Cerelia, I'm assuming, isn't like hanging on or sitting on the sled. You guys strap her to the side.
She's like in a suitcase.
What is this, Mad
Put her
Max?
in a suitcase. Let's go.
We live, we die, we live again. Sprays her mouth with chrome.
She plays her tambourine and fire comes out.
Look at me!
Witness me!
Oh, I will say, Bryn Shander is just as beautiful as the day you left it, Kataros. The familiar streets are a comfort, something that you don't find often in the Icewind Dale. Oh, we got a posture check. I want to hear you crack your back into the mic, or I will die.
Joke's on you. I was already sitting up straight.
Sure wasn't.
Sitting up gay.
But I am now. Thank you, friends.
Is this a joke to you?
While you guys are riding along and Boof is doing his damnedest to carry you, I'm assuming some of you provide with some level of magic to ease his exhaustion. But alas, he is just one dog, and you have not only a dragonborn, but multiple others with you. Tyrael, I'm assuming... Actually, I don't even have to assume. I am the fucking DM. Woo, while you're traveling, Tyrael lays at least either on your shoulder or on your head and extends his wings, sort of in you know when you're driving and you got your dog or the dog hanging out the window. Tyrael is practicing, or at least like allowing to pretend himself or allowing himself to pretend as though he's flying, feeling the wind along his wings, and he closes his eyes and kind of does like a Superman stretch across you, almost planking, like he's gliding through the snowy tundra air.
Nice.
Ronaldo pipes up as you guys are traveling. Not to be such of a bother, but I do have questions.
Go away, my boy.
Well, if I were to look upon a younger version of myself and to give him some sort of advice, I'd probably have told him not to travel, especially not to East Haven, where I would end up. But I have to wonder, not all of you, if any of you come from the Icewind Dale, if you could give any of yourselves advice from long before you, where you are now, what kind of advice would you give yourself? And he asks, sort of, not expecting long-winded answers or like a conversation, but kind of in a like perspective of outsiders from the Icewind Dale. And if you don't have an answer, he won't be offended.
It's a good question. No, I think Garosh just looks at him and goes, do you have the ability to talk to your younger self? That seems quite handy.
Well, as dead inside as he is, no, I cannot conjure his spirit.
Unfortunate.
Aster will kind of like take a pause and will get a bit of like a somber look as he thinks about this, and will say, perhaps to maybe start on my studies a bit sooner, work harder in my youth, maybe spend less time with my family. More time learning to fight would have held to be helpful as well if I had truly known what I would be up to. I guess starting there would not be a bad place.
Does anyone else have an answer for him?
I guess I would tell myself to keep a journal. I mean, the thing about autognomes is they don't grow old, like, visibly.
Yeah.
And she's, you know, she looks young, but that's just because she was built that way.
She's simply built different.
Yeah, she's been around for a while, so being able to, like, look back on things that have happened before, like, having some sort of tangible proof that something did happen back then.
Something to prove her existence.
Yeah.
And her memories.
Like, oh yeah, I did go to this place at one time, and I did do this thing, and it's not only in my memory, because I have written proof of the time when I did it.
Fair enough. Well, with the 5 hours, you guys arrive in actually, sorry, 6 to 7 hours. You guys arrive at Bryn Shander well past the time that it would be given for light. I guess... Sorry, I hate doing math in my head. It's only been an hour past when, you know, the sun not only peeked out from the mountainside, but also returned to it. Does it... Oh my god! Monologue! You sick bastard! He donated $420. First off,
hell
whoa,
yeah.
and then 69 cents. I'm hunting you down like a dog.
It just says art funds.
Thank you so much. Art
I'm
funds.
on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You can deposit that directly into my account.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I put this in characters. I was like, why is this going in here? Arriving just past the time when the sun would give you guys some kind of peek into the landscape not often seen in the tundra. You arrive in the very nice and cold night of Bryn Shander. Kataros, you know that you guys have had a decent while before they would have closed the gates. But it is still nice to make it before they shut you off. Getting up the mountain to Bryn Shander, or I guess the large hills that lead up to it, is nice. And getting through the gates is even better. Knowing that the howling winds is not going to, or that are not going to assault you for every second you're out traveling again. I'll put you guys over here. But yeah, Bryn Shander is a pretty large town. To decidedly know where everything is really only for Kataros. Kataros, I believe you should have a map of the areas of Bryn Shander. But entering the town, you guys notice that you start to get a few odd looks. And these aren't necessarily odd in the sense that they... it doesn't look abnormal. Things haven't changed so severely that you wouldn't recognize this place. Granted, it probably only has been about 2 weeks, if even less than that. I just sent Nick... Oh my gosh. I didn't get to see us. Matthew donated $5 character funds. Thank you guys so much. I'm gonna tattoo Monologue and Matthew onto my upper arm at some point.
Yeah, get them one on each bicep.
These are my boys, Matthew and Monologue. It like bing bing. I accidentally sent Nick a GIF. I just didn't mean to send him.
I appreciate it though. It's a good gift.
But here is the map of Bryn Shander. Of course, you guys are coming in from the east gate. The looks that you guys get are kind of hard to tell in the dark. And if you want, you can give me a disadvantaged perception check or insight check. But as Boof carries you through the streets, whispers begin to fill the alleyways that you pass by.
What if I had dark vision? What then?
Then I'll allow you to get a regular roll.
Hell yeah.
I have dark vision. And advantage on perception.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Matthew. I forgot Matthew's my tramp stamp. What did you get?
I rolled both 2s.
Wait, is it perception or investigation?
Perception or insight. Cerelia, the few torches coming from the insides of bars are kind of messing with your aperture, and you're unable to take in enough light from the streets to notice what people's faces are contorting into. What else did we get?
I'm looking my total. I think 15.
Oh, I got 24. Look at that.
17. Oh, damn.
That's better than what I got for sure.
24, you said?
19. Yeah, Cyphus got 24. With God. Disadvantage.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's insane. They're clearly looking at you as though they're confirming your identities and then whispering something that seems to be bad.
Why would the people of Bryn Shander be angry with us? Can I make out what they're saying?
You can hear some variant of, that's them, and that's the Sunseekers. And whispers of, that's them. Those who stole the good meat. And whispers of good meat carry throughout lips.
File
Nick,
that away.
It is around 3 p.m. The sun has set, and you're back to a somewhat dark sky. Do you want to take them anywhere in Bryn Shander?
Well, we did want to go dog shopping. So I was thinking kennels. I don't know if there's a kennel on the list you gave me. But I assume there's one here.
But it's very close to the stables.
I think that's the call unless any of you want to approach these people and ask what's going on. Or I can volunteer myself.
He looks over at them.
Thumbs up.
Everybody's dead silent.
Dog?
Yeah, dog was planned.
Another dog?
Want to see what if maybe I could procure some plate mail.
Sweet.
But yeah, dog and maybe seeing what's going on. Trying to get a better idea of what these people are thinking and feeling. But I'm not good at that, so I don't expect that.
Kataros will approach someone with kind of a smile. Like a warm smile, trying to butter them up, I guess.
Okay. You approach one of the townsfolk, or some of the townsfolk, and though a few are apprehensive and even leave the area that you approach very closely, but a few seem to just keep minding their business and continuing on. They don't acknowledge you, and you must be the one to speak first, or they will ignore you.
Hello?
Hello, early night tonight, right?
Yep.
I heard you mentioning Goodmead.
Yeah, you'd know quite a lot about that, wouldn't you?
Do I? Am I supposed to know something?
Are we moving as a group, or are you breaking off to talk to this guy by yourself?
I feel like Kataros just walks away. You are welcome to follow him if you want.
Yeah, I think I would probably follow. Or, I don't know. I guess we're staying as a group.
Kataros can still be just a few feet from the group. Doesn't have to be away from anyone else, but it doesn't have to be necessary.
Sprints across town.
Yeah.
Misty steps across town. Alright, bye guys.
Boy.
We actually just came from their election, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, their election. More like your election. And he stands up after filling a bucket with some ice that's been chipped into blocks, and spits on the ground. It freezes before it hits the ground, of course, and you hear the clink of it hitting stone, but he steps away from you, and refuses to talk once more. You can approach others if you'd like, but everyone seems to carry the same disdainful look. Soon after your arrival, you do have some friends here, of course, and you're approached by Duvessa. And she gives you the Kataros, it's so wonderful to see you. And she approaches you with warm hands and an even warmer smile. What brings you back to Brinchender?
I am so glad to have somebody not look at me like that. We were actually on our way to Targos and thought we'd stop by, get a dog. Did something happen while we were gone?
Oh, I actually meant to ask about that. Rumors have begun to spread throughout some of the 10 towns, and from what I hear, they're not good. You might want to come with me. She looks towards the part of town that holds the Northlook Tavern. You know that this is a familiar spot for her to usually take friends, especially those she needs to speak with in private.
Well, then let us be quick about it. Wouldn't want people to see you with us then.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm sure they'll get over this problem, but regardless, she puts her hood up and ushers the few of you to follow. Ronaldo asks, well, should I park us by the stables?
Sure.
All right. Well, you can find me whenever you need me. And he, whoosh, takes the booth and the sled with him to park it. Hopefully, if people don't know this is yours, maybe they won't, cause any issue.
I was gonna suggest that he should stay close to us.
Oh, fair. He will, depending on what you guys ask him. But he.
Yeah. Do you guys mind if he just sticks with us that way?
No, he is a part of us, so he should probably hear this too.
Mm-hmm. Duvessa Shane leads you guys all the way over to the Northlook Inn. As soon as you enter, Scramsax is quick to give you guys the come in kind of gesture. And after you guys enter, a fair amount of the patrons of the bar stand up and give Scramsax a are you serious? And he gives them a, my bar, my patrons, my rules, and tells them to sit down if they want to have another pint. afterwards, she takes you guys up. I say up, but actually, I believe I have a map for him. Nick, you made him for me.
I might be able to find it.
But I do have this in the interim. And it's not like absolutely necessary to see. It's just for you guys. After entering and going upstairs, she takes you to what is clearly like one of the inn rooms and begins to talk. I don't know how long ago the Goodmead speaker election was. I hadn't even heard of the passing of their speaker. But people have been talking, and I wanted to clear this up with you before you traveled any further. Is it true what they're saying? Is it true that you rigged the election?
Huh?
No. Rigged is a strong way to put that.
I guess I could have... Well, things are going around. They're saying that the Sunseekers attacked Shandar Froth during the election, and how Olivessa Untapor, the new speaker of Goodmead, conscripted them to do so. That you guys are mercenaries for money.
No.
Funny story is, it's actually kind of the opposite.
Oh?
Someone appeared to have conscripted that man to come to the town and run for speaker, and in fact conscripted some mercenaries to also try and make him look good. We simply questioned the mercenaries, brought them in, and exposed him for who he was.
I see.
Shandor Froth, he was supposedly hired by Nerth to try and throw the election in his own favor.
Whoa.
I don't know why.
She stops you for a second. Nerth?
Oh.
Nerth Maxildanar.
That's why we're headed to Targos.
Can I get a persuasion check? Suggest a poll. Would Kataros be a deef or a trow? One of those first off, both of those sound like slurs.
These are great slurs to use on Kataros at a later date.
No! Why not now? Persuasion, 18.
Alright. She has a moment of, no, that can't be Nerth. Well, if it is...
To be more clear, his name did come up. That's not something that comes up just lately.
No, simply involving his name. I'd heard very, very few rumors, but none of them traveled very far. Considering Bryn Shander's proximity to Targos, I'd assumed it had just come from disgruntled travelers or fishermen who had been lost out of their game. But to hear something so crazy as that Nerth is instilling some kind of subordinate over in towns far beyond him, it's crazy. I'd never believe it if it hadn't come from you. Be careful. If he's got this much power in, especially the Icewind Dale, there's no saying what he could do if you anger him further. You should play it safe. And now I'm not saying you can't go to Targos, but if you were to go to Targos now, you should be prepared.
Professor, you've known him longer than we have. Is he prone to anger? Why do you say he's so powerful?
Well, it is not that his power is the problem, it is his natural charisma. The man has a way with words. He can ebb and flow the tide of people's, well, reputations. If you're on his good side, you might become a well-respected member of the Dale folk. But if you cause him problems, you either run out or, well, you're never heard from again. Now, this is all speculation, of course. I myself have never come into contact with this side of Nerth, but if it does exist, I'd be wary. The very few times I do see him are at the speakers meeting. The council of the speakers meet every so often. But I don't get to talk with many of them there for very long.
Maybe we should get on his good side then, build up some rapport, and maybe he'll spill something.
I'm not sure we'd be able to get on his good side after committing such an act.
True, they've already come through here. They've probably already made their way to Targos.
Well, I'll say, if they've made it to Bryn Shander, they've at least made it to the most immediate areas around the sides of Targos. Now, if you've built up some rapport with the folk themselves, I'm sure your reputations will not suffer greatly. But for those of who have not met you or seen your kindness, I would not assume they would be offering, well, much if anything, if you were to meet with them. She explains how if you guys have obviously been to some of these towns, you've probably already made a name for yourself, and it's not easy to sway the Dale folk for people they already know. But for places you haven't been, it might be a little bit harder to get on the good side of the townsfolk.
Do the people of Targos like soup?
I imagine he's saying that as he's got, like the clasped hands, but like 2 fingers pointed up as he like gestures down.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We do have Keegan and Justin Henry.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, guys. Justin Hunray will be there for you.
I'm realizing now in retrospect, should we have tried to look for moss in the woods by Goodmead before we just fucking left?
Nope, we loosed the wolf in the woods outside the town.
Yeah,
To be fair,
Gone
he
forever.
is originally from outside of East Haven, so he's also got no fucking idea where he is right now.
That was the other reason I was thinking that, yeah. Moss!
He probably has a good sense of direction. I'm sure he'll make his way back home.
Does he remember our scent? That is all he needs.
I mean, he'll probably just go back to the Cauldron Caves.
If he does,
I think he's going to be the speaker of Goodmead by the next time.
you guys return back to see a dire wolf speaker of Goodmead.
He just like bark, 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 bark. Everyone's like, wow, he's got such a way with words.
This reminds me of, there was this one train station in Japan that was like, we're gonna make this cat the train master.
Yeah!
Tama!
Tama, yeah.
He has a successcer.
That's incredible.
Because Tama passed.
Oh,
I am sad.
Yeah, she became enshrined as like the goddess of the train station.
But now she has successors.
Yeah. But reading that shit makes me cry so hard.
Fair.
Just like, no, Tama.
Anyways, yes. Is there, maybe out of character, in character, I guess. Remind me, how well is this place stocked? Would we be able to get a sled dog here, and would I be able
absolutely.
to? Is there a place I could get plate armor here?
Yes. You could either go to the Black Iron Blades, or you could go to another armorer in town.
I would like to go to a different armorer.
Yeah, didn't we hear about the Black Iron Blades being like not that
We've
great?
heard explicitly bad things about the Black Iron Blade. We helped them, but I don't know if I want to check a favor for them.
Known for their shitty blades and poor craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Hefty.
Grant, is there someone else in town, or is it just the Black Iron?
No, there is other armorers here in Bryn Shander. Sorry, I'm getting my references up. So this is very nice. This is at least a urban location, if not like a very premium spot to get really anything. This is one of actually the very few towns in the 10 towns where almost all things in both general stores, Fletchers, leatherworkers, temples, general stores, like books, adventuring supplies, almost everything is available to you from the get-go.
How much? I've been just saying. I have no idea how much playmail costs in this game. How much would that be?
Plate mail, as of right now in the town, because of how hard it is to come by, which is not the most impossible shit, but it is pretty nice heavy armor. It's around 1,500 gold.
Yeah, cool. No, I'm nowhere close to that.
Fair
Great.
enough. Yes.
Is there a one between chainmail and plate mail?
Splint mail.
How much is that?
Splint mail costs about 200 gold.
Okay.
You approach the tavern, or sorry, not the tavern. Blacksmith. In Brinchander. Where is it? Oh. The Frostforge Ironworks. It is... outside is covered in icicles and snow. Where is it? I have very loose notes for some of these. It stands tall, the biting winds of Brinchander. Its sturdy walls adorned with intricate ironwork designs. The forge's chimney continues to bellow smoke into the icy air, and you can see it puffs up in plumes. Its glow casting warm light onto the snow-covered streets. You enter to meet Balin Frostbeard, a dwarf, seasoned and old. His long braided beard is got like little ice crystals that continue to melt and freeze as he moves from the forge towards like an outside area to steep and drop the iron into oils. But as you approach, he gives you like the morning, which he's not really sure of the time. He is just sure of the crafting and the grind. It's 200 gold for splint mail.
Straight up, I only have like half that, so I think I'm just gonna have to pass for now.
Chainmail then?
I mean, I'm wearing chainmail, baby.
You could sell the chainmail, maybe.
That's a great question. How much would my chain? I like literally hold up like as if I don't even take it off my body. I just kind of hold it up like I'm.
You're showing off a shirt.
Yeah. How much would you take this for?
Let's see. And he grabs you by the collar and then pulls you like closer down onto the table. 45 gold.
Yeah, I'd still have to get like.
How much more do you need, buddy?
I don't think it's worth it. I think because it'll only net me 1 AC. I'd rather just like hang on to it. Hang on to my chainmail for now. Save up a bit more. Try and get plate mail. I think the +2 will be significant. I don't know if the +1 is really worth.
I'll pay you a couple thousand gold. And he points over, and as Aster looks over in the direction he's clearly pointing at like Cerelia.
I'm not for sale.
I immediately put my hand over her mouth. How much?
Well, 1,000, but I'd be willing to go higher if you could negotiate.
2,000.
2,000.
Chop.
Oh my god.
I immediately I lean over at her and I whisper, "You can take the money and then you could just leave."
You're a fool.
Oh my god.
You could just leave. We know that you're a person. He doesn't.
My god.
Can you give me a stealth check, by the way?
Cool, with disadvantage, presumably, because I'm wearing chainmail.
Yeah.
Ooh, it was an 8 and a 9 on the die.
Yeah,
I can
I have a
hear
-1.
you know.
That's a 7.
The first theft of the campaign.
I didn't try and steal anything.
No, he's
offering.
whispering this to Cerelia as
A stage whisper.
Yeah. Cerelia, you can just walk away after.
I can hear you.
I mean, if we know that if Aster has been one thing he's never been good at.
Stealth.
Stealth or talking to people.
I'm sorry, young lady. I'd no idea you were living.
He does come out from behind the table before you guys, and he does give you a little like inspection, a little look around, and he doesn't hit you hard, but you hear like a dink as he hits you very gently with the hammer to see how much metal you are actually.
I'm all metal.
All metal.
You don't see that every day.
Mostly copper.
Ooh. You taking care of it?
I try.
I bet it's tough. Well, if you can't offer me her, I'd be more than happy to help any of you others, but if you don't got the gold, you don't get the service.
And he carries back to forging what appears to be some kind of long sword in the back.
Does he have any finer weapons? Does he have like anything with a bonus?
He carries simple melee weapons and martial melee weapons, but if you ask for magic weapons,
I've got some things, but if you can't afford my splint mail, I'm not too keen to believe that you could afford anything else.
You may be correct, but perhaps my friends, who are probably have a bit more than I am, we also could easily pool together our wealth. Plus, you never know, we could always interest me and have a future customer as well.
All right. So he has a magical hand axe. He's a little hesitant to show it to you.
Neat. I don't.
Can you persuade him? Can you give persuasion?
Yeah, sure.
He pulls out the box but looks you up and down for a moment and remembers your coin and is unsure.
Grant, this is also this is a great time. I've wanted to retroactively go back and give Aster a minus to charisma.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Are you cool with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Then in that case, this is going to be a 4 because it's a 5 minus 1.
All right.
Do any of you else have any interest?
And he turns to the
Aster's just got the dumbest looking smile on his face.
I mean, yeah, I do a lot of fighting, so
you look like a well-seasoned fighter.
Thank you.
And who's this?
And he looks over your shoulder to see Tyrael peeking over.
Oh, this is Tyrael.
Do you plan to get any armor for the little lad?
That's a good point.
He
think you can make some?
I'd be willing to make commission.
He holds his hand out, and I don't know if you're very comfortable with Tyrael interacting with others, but he kind of holds a finger out, kind of like you do when you're attempting to pet an animal that seems docile. He's interested. He's very much so enamored by this small dragon.
No, that's totally fair. No, Garosh isn't afraid. If Tyrael doesn't like them, Tyrael will just bite them. It's fine.
All right. Balin holds his hand out while standing on one of the small shelves he uses to greet customers above the counter. Tyrael leans forward and kind of like lizard crawls over your shoulder and gives a little sniff. And you hear as Tyrael grabs hold of his big calloused finger, and you watch as it's kind of like playing tug-of-war with a dog. Evidently, Balin is not as intimidated or hurt by it due to either his intense constitution or Tyrael's more playful bite. And you can see he moves his finger up and down, and Tyrael's head goes wow, 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 like up and down with him. And he goes,
a good boy.
And he pulls out, you see, this is the Frostbite Cleaver. The Frostbite Cleaver is a hand axe forged from enchanted steel, its blade shimmering with an icy blue hue. Runes of frost are etched along the handle, and faint mist trails behind it when he picks it up and swings it fast enough. In no uncertain terms, he describes the help it does grant. It is a hand axe, for all intents and purposes. But however, it does allow you to deal an additional D6 cold damage per strike.
Damn. That's like a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. He kind of holds it up if you would like to hold it, but obviously it's only for lookies, not keepies.
Yeah, I'll take a little swing with it. Well, not at him.
Yeah, you kill him.
But like, imagine.
So it is a standard, or it's a rare hand axe. It's light. It can be thrown. You can have it thrown up to 20 to 60 feet. And it's a simple weapon. It does the additional D6 above or on top of the regular D6. So 2d6 damage per attack. And it is, while normal hand axes are worth 5 gold, this thing is worth 500 gold.
Wah!
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So what can I say? Are you interested? Would you take the deal?
I am rather interested in such a fine piece of craftsmanship, but unfortunately I don't have the coin at the moment, and as you say, I would need to earn more of that in order to garner such a thing.
Well, a big man such as yourself is probably doing odd jobs. I expect to see you back sometime soon.
Certainly. I'll shake his hand.
Oh,
he
awesome.
Seems like a fine fellow.
You know, you've built up through your very limited conversation quite the nice rapport with him. He is enjoying your conversation, and afterwards he kind of realizes,
oh, sorry. And for the rest of you, can I offer you anything?
Cerelia, Cyphus, Kataros, you guys need anything from the blacksmith?
I don't think Cyphus needs anything.
Would he have a rapier?
He would.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A rapier for
how
you,
much?
little lass. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He pulls into another room where he's clearly got more finished pieces. He pulls back out, and you can tell that this rapier is very finely made.
It's a bit steep with its price. It's 38 gold, but she sings through the air like no other.
She's got a +1.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Ooh.
She's
That's
not
really
magical.
good.
She is very perfectly crafted.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's still good.
Wait, do you got any fucking Warhammer like that?
I can check.
Really?
That's
Are you-
pretty good.
You pay 38 gold?
Yeah.
All right, this is a +1 rapier. He has no name for it, but you can tell it's very perfectly crafted. It has scrimshander. I'm thinking of Brimshander. So they call Brimshander. No, it is. Its handle is laden with scrimshaw, and it's very pretty. But it is clearly like some kind of old handle that he has repurposed from a previous weapon that it was adorned onto. Taking it, you swing it through the air, and it makes a nice whistle as it flies. I say flies like you've thrown it, but more so when it hums through the air.
As for Warhammers, I've only got the normal.
That's fine, then. I will hang on to the one that Sylvanas grew for me himself.
Actually, I wanted to talk. How much would it be to commission armor for Tyrael here?
Well, given his size, and the time I'd need, say a week, and approximately 200 to 150 gold. But
Alright, I should be able to have that much by then.
All right.
call it a week, and to 150 gold.
A good deal. Promising friendship.
All right. So Wu, he has made friends with, where's his name? Balin Frostbeard, the dwarf that works at the Frostforge.
Balin!
I'm fucking ballin'. Befriended.
Nice.
Befriended ballin'. Like a little achievement.
No, Grant. We just started social link bond
Oh
rank
my
1.
god.
We're ballin' with ballin'.
But later on, we come back, we solve his like emotional problems. Rank 10, Tyrael evolves into his ultimate persona.
I hate you.
I know, I love you too.
All right. So no one else needs anything?
Dog.
Oh, dog.
Oh, but that's not from here.
Get a load of that.
No, it is not.
No, hold on, wait.
Metal dog.
Metal dog. It'll be like Cerelia.
Do we got that? Do we got that dog in him?
Well, wait. It wouldn't be very resistant to the snow. Speaking of which, how's Cerelia looking?
She's fine.
What the dog doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She's not like dirty or anything.
I mean,
all right.
I guess not.
I like how it's like we're ignoring this.
You guys are heading over.
I'm asking a question I'm not allowed to ask.
Oh, no, sorry. I was getting up. You guys are headed to the Frostpaw Outfitters. This is where you would find a sled dog. Everyone went silent. I'm going to keep talking.
Okay.
Yes.
So, with nothing else needed in the fuck me. With nothing else needed from the Frostforge Ironworks, you guys head out. The cold winter night, of course, lessened by the walls keeping the winds at a minimum, and the whispers continue throughout the town as you travel. Ronaldo seems to become ever so more worried, with the sounds of people's disdain echoing through the city streets and alleyways. But getting close to the stables, you guys find Frostpaw Outfitters. Nestled amidst the snow-covered streets of the Icewind Dale, Frostpaw Outfitters is a haven for sled dog enthusiasts and adventurers alike. The wooden exterior of the kennels exudes warmth and rustic charms, with a sign depicting a howling wolf, as if that was like an adverb, against the backdrop of a swirling snowflake sky. Inside are rows of sturdy sleds with harnesses along the walls. You can hear eager barks of various dogs and other mixes filling the air with excitement. But from a certain period on, you can see that the rope has been sectioned off. People are either keeping their dogs here, or there is rentable dogs. The dogs that you can purchase are sitting in 3 kennels at the very front. But out front, you can see... where is it? There is a woman. She is a human. Her name is unknown to you. I almost read her out her whole backstory as though it was fucking important. She's of an older age. She's very mature. She's tending to some of the dogs and cleaning some of the cages before she turns and asks, "So, what can I do for you?"
We're looking to adopt a new companion.
Oh, I see. Looking for a friend? And she looks over at your glacial searcher, Mr. Boof.
Yes, and a fellow sled dog to work alongside him.
All right.
Lighten his load.
A glacial searcher like him has probably cost you a pretty penny, but I'll assure you some of our breeds are far better than you'd find them in other towns, so they might cost a little bit more. What are you looking for? A tack dog? A dog for dog sleds? You seem adventurous. I assume you'd need more heavy lifting. Or are you looking for a hunter? Specifically, she refers to the act of something that would track in the snow.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, but our other dog would be leaving tracks.
No. Like the dog that you would use to track and hunt other things.
Maybe we need to find someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That does seem to happen a lot. So
Boof is great for rescues. He's good at finding scents. The other one that she's referring to would be good at hunting things that you guys have hunted before off of larger distances. Boof is more so for searching inside mountains, and this thing is for searching on top of the mountains. There is 3 available breeds. There is the Frostbite Hound, the Snowstorm Shepherd, and a Tundra Terrier.
Tundra Terrier just tickled my brain something funny.
For those of you who are unaware, some of these are mixes of previously existing dogs. The Tundra Terrier is a mix of what appears to be a Border Collie and a American Eskimo dog.
What are the other 2?
The Snowstorm Shepherd is a mix of German Shepherd and Samoyed. And the Frostbite Hound is a Siberian Husky and an Alaskan Malamute.
I want the Samoyed. Cloud Dog!
Stare.
Cloud Dog!
Should we get a dog that has like a, I don't know, stronger pulling capability or something?
The Snowstorm Shepherd would be what you're looking for then.
Cloud Dog.
I am partial towards the Samoyed mix.
So the Cloud Dog.
It's the Cloud Dog, but it's not white. It's kind of like Boof in that it is very fluffy, but it has the coat of a German Shepherd. These are so that they don't get lost, and they're easy to see traveling in front of you. It is a strikingly intelligent dog for 28 gold.
Cloud Dog.
Cloud Dog?
That's a steal.
Cloud Dog, Cloud Dog. Are you guys willing to pay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll contribute money if needed.
Yeah, so how much is it split all between us?
28 divided by 5.
So it's about
God damn it.
So we'll call it 6.
Sure.
All right. 6
I see.
each? Sorry.
Each.
Yeah, I'll pay up.
All right. All of you toss in the coin, so take it off your sheets. And as you guys are finishing paying, you realize you have not eaten today. You grab hold of the leash as Ira releases it. You guys seem to enjoy the art of caring for these dogs. I mean, look at him. And she bends down to pet Boof and does the scrunch face. Ira Snowborn. If you're ever in Bryn Shander and need dogs, I'm your lady. She's a weathered but resilient figure. Now you can see her eyes are sharp and biting like the Icewind Dale's winds. She's got a mane of silver hair that's tied back in a practical braid. And she has an air of expertise about her when she handles these dogs. She goes to shake whoever's hand, but meets at Kataros. I've seen you around here before, but I haven't seen you these past few weeks. Where have you been up to?
No, we've been traveling. I thought we might take our good deeds elsewhere, if you will. I don't think I caught your name.
Ira Snowborn. And you're Kataros.
I'm surprised you've heard of me.
Oh, well, Bryn Shander's not the smallest town, but I hear whispers. And if whispers are correct, you 5 are in a fair bit of trouble.
Have you heard anything?
I've heard probably the same things you have heard, but as a friend of Duvessa, I've also heard other things. Such as your willingness to help others. And from the way that this little guy looks, and you can see she's shaking Boof's face around, and he, woof. Surely someone who's done such horrible things wouldn't be able to care for a dog as you guys have.
Exactly, she gets it.
And she goes, isn't that right? Woof.
No, there's been a big, huge misunderstanding, and we'll be righting it, hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure. She doesn't go into much detail, but I'm assuming you bought him from Targos, did you not?
Did we buy him from Targos?
Yes.
I think we did. Grant, you're asking all of us with fucking pea brain memory.
I'm
to keep track
asking
of
Woo, thank you
fucking
very
anything?
much.
Grant, I write notes for this, and I don't remember this shit.
You did. She points it out because she... well, certain factors of the breed give off the... You may guess... notes of Targos. Oh, and she kind of gives him a little once-over with like, oh, you poor thing. They don't quite care for the dogs as they should, but I'm not going to travel to Targos and lose out on business just to make an enemy. Evidently, some of the breeds and dogs that leave Targos are not the most well cared for. Almost hinting, if you guys would like, something further with these dogs. If you want to give me an animal handling check, she'll point out exactly what is giving this off. But if not, it's alright. Oh, Garosh. 10? That's more than enough. Garosh, she pulls you over if you look interested, and she lifts up his jaws and jowls, and you can see that there is actually scars. They feed the dogs everything, and sometimes it includes shards of bone. The dogs will have scarring in their mouth if they are from Targos, notably because of how poor the quality of the food they feed them is. Beyond scraps, it goes into a dangerous level, and very often dogs don't make it out of Targos due to problems with their stomach. More than
So new side quest, go free all the dogs from Targos.
You mean main quest?
Main quest.
Yeah, fuck the never-ending winter. I've got balance to restore in that there aren't, like, all the dogs are being abused.
Yeah, Narth, fuck that guy. I know what we're doing.
Unless Narth is responsible for this.
Maybe he wants the dogs to be okay.
We're already
He's
on
been
our way to
misled.
Targos, so...
And with that, you guys finish up your conversation with Miss Ira. The Frostpaw Outfitters waves you goodbye as you enter into the town. Is there anywhere else you guys need to travel before? And as I've said, traveling to both Targos, East Haven, both, as if there isn't three of them, or Bryn Shander gives you the opportunity to shop for almost anything. But as you venture farther and farther out, goods will become less and less common and more expensive, depending on where you are.
Do we need any healing items or anything like that? I guess, yeah. Do we want to just check the general store to see if there's any, like, interest or oddities? Is there a place that sells anything, like, fun or funky here?
Fun or funky in what way?
Like magical items or...
Well, you know of the House of the Morning Lord, where Mr. Copper has been residing. But
right.
But not very many places withhold things like magic items, so, you know, unless you've visited them or have an idea. And of course, none that are going to be like magic weapons.
Yeah, no, I'm not necessarily looking for a magic weapon. I was just seeing if there were any, like, trinkets or anything that might be useful. But if the answer is no, then we shall be on our way.
I guess let's grab some food first, and then...
You could go to a potion shop.
Ooh.
We could.
Oh, is there a potion shop? Yeah, potion shop is exactly the type of shit I'm talking about.
They're going to be a little expensive.
That's fine. We don't need a lot of them.
Alright. Alright. Sorry. What are you guys looking for in this potion shop? I should ask.
That's a great question.
I mean, I no longer have healing potion.
Yeah, how much are those?
Yeah, those are probably good idea.
They're kind of expensive.
They're usually really expensive, though.
I think also,
Alright, there is Moonlight Magic Potions. You guys look upon the building. It's a little bit of ways away from the center of town. This apothecary is quaint, yet sturdy stone building nestled amidst the snow-laden streets. Its windows are adorned with frost-kissed wooden shutters, and a sign above the door that depicts a swirling bottle with snowflakes infused inside of it. As you enter, the shelves inside are lined with jars of colorful ingredients and potions that fill the space beyond the table. The table itself, or I could say counter itself, sitting with a half-elf woman who's cleaning it over with some kind of polish. She is a graceful figure with long, black hair that cascades over her shoulders like waterfalls of moonlight. She has her pointed ears that betray her elven heritage. They've sort of rounded out, where you can tell that she is a half-elf. Her eyes are warm hazel and hold a spark of wisdom behind them as you look and meet her gaze. She doesn't say much, but asks if there's anything that she can help you with.
We were wondering if you had any healing potions, or perhaps any other elixirs that we adventurers might find useful.
Let me check. You can see she skips through a bunch of stuff. There is acid vials, alchemist's fire, antitoxins, there's component pouches, oil flasks, perfumes, poisons. Yes, potions. Potions of healing are 50 gold pieces per potion.
Yeah, they're pretty pricey.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you're looking for something equally as important, I would definitely guess something like this. She holds up, there's filters of love, potions of animal friendship, potions of climbing, you know, the usual.
Yeah. Okay. Is there like a truth serum type of deal, like a potion of truth?
I don't believe I carry that within my goods. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good.
I do have suggestion if we need it at any point. I traded out Charm Person for it.
I also can just meditate and get Zone of Truth again, but I don't like wasting a second's level spell slot in Zone of Truth.
Fair enough.
So I was hoping to maybe avoid it. I don't know. It seems like we might be set then. We just needed the dog and we should move on. We don't need to waste too much time more in town if we're just kind of checking stock. I think we're probably good to go. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, are you guys ready to head to Targos?
Yeah.
Well, what time is it?
Great point.
It is probably around 4 to 4:30. And traveling to Targos, especially with your... Oh, you guys bought a new dog, by the way.
Yes. You got a name.
Your new Snowstorm Shepherd is following along with Boof. They seem to be interested in each other. They do the circle sniff, sniffing each other's butts as they walk in circle. And they don't
waiting
seem
for
to mind
Tyrael
each other. Yes, Tyrael joins
good.
in.
I was gonna say, does Tyrael just want to join? Because I'll be like, yeah, go for it.
Tyrael does the dog thing where he keeps like you know, raising his back legs and then like jumping or lunging forward, like pump faking, like he's excited. And then it just cuts as there's two dogs, you know, circling each other, and then it boom, like a little bonk, like a bamboo clack, and then it's Tyrael fucking also involved in the 3-man greeting. You hear one go woof and the other one go woof, and then Tyrael go wah.
Incredible.
You watch as Boof shakes his tail. The new dog shakes his tail, and then Tyrael, unsure of what is going on, also begins shaking his tail, wanting to feel included.
Grant, thank you for fulfilling my millennial desire to have 2 dogs and a lizard.
You guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's
Sorry,
go.
I'm not smart enough to do this math in my head. So, it takes you guys, because traveling now is easily going 8 miles an hour with these two dogs running full speed. You guys get to Targos in under half an hour.
Ooh.
Which is exciting, I'm sure. You can hear the sounds of these paws hitting the ground. Tyrael, Woo, I don't know how to describe how Tyrael conveys this to you, but he wants you to pick him up so bad and like hold him up.
You bet I do.
At some point during the ride, Tyrael has somehow convinced Garosh to like is it Dirty Dancing? The lift.
Yeah, there's one in Dirty Dancing. There's also the Titanic.
No, I just did the Lion King.
Yes. I fucking love that song. He's holding Tyrael up, and you can hear Tyrael chirping with excitement as you guys are traveling so fast. Tyrael's arms and legs are outstretched. He's planking on Garosh's arms right now as his wings are spread. All of a sudden, Garosh, there is a point where you have to like pull him back down because with his wings spread, he starts to actually kind of almost lift you off the ground. But simply
lift achieved.
Yeah, you fucking launch him. It's like those people that like they throw birds and then the birds fly back.
Certified Buzz Lightyear moment.
Yeah. To infinity and beyond. Tyrael's just falling with style. After 24 minutes of travel, you arrive in the city of Targos. The time is close to about 5 o'clock. And if you're looking for somewhere to find a good rest, a nice meal, and warm bed, you are sorely mistaken. Upon entering from the road to Bryn Shander, you are met at the gates, and 2 guards put their pole arms out at almost creating a cross between you guys, an X. State your business, they ask you. Not so much asking as they are demanding.
We have business with the speaker.
We're sure you do. But if you're not here on business that is known to Nereth Maxildenar, we cannot allow you in. We've heard of you.
And from there, you hear, boys, it's okay, it's okay. Let them pass. And a familiar face greets you. Nereth Maxildenar with his hands crossed, not like angrily, but behind his back as though he's been expecting you. Please, follow me. And he guides you into the city of Targos.
Okay.
Well, so much for sneaking in. Keeping a low profile.
You guys are allowed into the city of Targos, shockingly. But I have to ask, do you enter?
That's a really good question. It's the speaker who's bringing us in?
Yes, Nereth Maxildenar.
I mean, we could just ask him right here.
No, that wouldn't work.
Do we? All right, up to y'all then.
I mean, we could see about going to like a tavern or something, kind of a better, more neutral place. We're in Targos, so we're kind of surrounded.
Yeah, I think we're walking into the lion's den here.
Oh yeah, no, we should be walking in essentially ready to fight. But I guess it's truly the question in whether or not, like, that's a good idea.
Listen, you can't ask Garosh because he's gonna to say either we negotiate something or we fight, and he's fine with either.
You guys are talking while he's guiding you through the city of Targos, by the way. He's walking along the streets and ushering you to follow him.
We grabbed Ronaldo before coming here.
Yeah.
didn't we?
Ronaldo was watching the.
He came with us. He was sticking with us.
Okay.
I guess
leave
whether
him.
or not, I guess the real question: Do we have any fucking thing to do in Targos? I don't think we have any quests there. I think we'd just be asking the speaker.
No, I feel like there was something, wasn't there?
You did have something.
We need to talk to Keegan and then figure out what is going on with Nerith. Is there a third thing?
No, it was just to receive not payment but reward for saving.
All right.
What's his name?
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah.
Crazy idea. We do the forbidden jutsu.
What is the forbidden jutsu?
We split the party.
Ooh.
I don't know. I feel like this guy will not be happy to see any of us split off. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Might instigate a fight.
Well, see, that's the thing.
Do you attempt to split the party?
It's just a suggestion. I'm not
Alright.
pushing for it. But
But
I feel like if we're in the city, we finish talking to the dude. We're in the city. He either has us escorted out, or we get to like go check on shit. But
Well, if we want to split the party, a few of us could talk to Nerith while we have a couple people kind of do reconnaissance. Is that what it's called?
reconnaissance? Yeah. Scooby Gang over here. Well, while you guys are traveling, the suggestion comes up, and what is the general consensus for splitting the party?
I mean, would they let us? Or feel like
That's
we're
the
in a
thing.
situation where...
Well, so the question is when you decide upon it, if you do you just like do people just walk away as he's guiding you to the speaker's house?
I would
the town
imagine
hall?
that if that's the case, we should have people trying to keep conversation with him and then have the other group break off.
I can have Kataros do it, and then if shit hits the fan, he can send out message. We probably want...
So why don't we have Cyphus?
I'll go in the other group.
Yeah, unless Cyphus, you really want to harass Nerith, then I don't mind. But
Oh, that's fine. I'll go do reconnaissance.
I'll do reconnaissance.
To the tavern.
I'm stealthy.
Yeah. I feel like maybe if too many of us go, it will be obvious, but I also don't want to leave those two like unprotected, unarmored. How long does Barkskin last?
well, it's those two plus Ronaldo.
Oh yeah,
and
what's
the
that Ronaldo?
dogs. Two.
Yeah, and the
So-
dogs.
As soon as you guys begin planning and are going to split the party, I need a stealth check. A stealth check.
Snell.
No.
check.
Snow stuff.
Grant, can Kataros try to give them advantage by like talking to Nerith? I don't even know if Nerith is talking to us, but he'll go and try to strike up conversation.
Oh, you're trying to distract him, basically.
Yeah, to try and give you guys some sort of advantage.
Yeah, you could absolutely distract him with a charisma check.
Oh yeah, just general charisma check.
You should be very good at that, cut.
Riz him up.
Just for a moment,
Kataros.
let's go.
Oh my god.
Your enchanted
dirty
blue
20.
eyes.
What did you get? Sorry.
Dirty 20.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As you approach and begin, what kind of conversation do you strike up with him as he's traveling, carrying you guys to what he thinks, the rest of you, to the town hall?
I think Kataros is just going to talk about how Targos doesn't look too different since the last time they came.
Well, it has.
And like point off in the distance. Sorry, it's not like point off at like different shops, specifically away from where they would be sneaking off.
All right, go ahead, give me stealth checks, guys. Whoever is leaving.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
How about a nat 20? How's that sound?
Whoa!
Oh,
Cerelia
I'm like a
vanishes
fucking
like a
ninja.
Say someone flicks stealth mode on her. Oh my god.
I don't got
Not bad.
advantage. That's 18.
Yeah.
Turns on her fucking cloaking device. Goddamn.
Yeah. Fucking Cyphus pulls out the invisible cloak from Harry Potter and just dips. Yeah, with that, you cover yourself in a cloak of the snow around you, and I'm imagining it's not like a perfect magic, but it is something that you kind of have to be looking at someone to really avoid being tricked by. Cerelia and Cyphus both sneak off, as Nerith is like, well, yes, you haven't been gone for very long. I've been keeping quite the eye on you. But Targos has changed since I became the speaker all those years ago. It was quite the challenge. And he goes off on a tangent talking about his time traveling to the Icewind Dale and becoming speaker of the town of Targos. Though,
How
as
does
much
he
as I...
claim that he was able to do that?
Of course, through his very down-to-earth demeanor and how he contributed. He's very cordial. He's contributed a lot to the local fishermen and attempted very much so to help them along, especially prior to the times of the the everlasting rhyme. Let's see.
Interesting. All right.
After I took over the last speaker's position, we've made quite the change to Targos. All for the better, of course. And he carries on until you guys reach the town. Cyphus, Cerelia, where do you guys plan to go in town?
Probably best place to get information is a tavern.
All right, you guys are heading to the
That
Luskan Arms.
is true.
Sure.
Yeah,
That'd be
sure.
Arms.
All right. Yeah. Traveling to the... Oh, no, sorry. The Three Flags Sailing is Targos. Why is it? Is it... Oh, the Luskan Arms is the general store. I'm sorry. Or one of the general stores. The Luskan Arms is the inn. The Three Flags... Oh, almost. Almost. Three Flags Sailing. You can tell is full of fishermen at this very moment. The atmosphere is very subdued. Everyone walking and traveling throughout it are cold and tired. And upon entering, Ethan Yorbril, a commoner human, you can see she's nothing to scoff at in terms of, I want to say, commoner's sake. She's very well dressed, but still very poor. Looks to the two of you and goes, "No! Out!" Whether or not you believe it, the entire town seems to be
I was gonna say we would probably try to disguise ourselves.
Oh, okay.
I have a disguise kit in my inventory.
Okay. Haley,
Very helpful.
do
Yes.
you draw skin on yourself? Or like how...
Wow, fair point.
I will say, it is nighttime, it is cold, and you are outside. So I might impose a
Also
little...
does have like.
I mean, to what
prosthetic-
degree can you bundle yourself insanely so it's hard to tell who somebody is? Like, it's pretty normal
sure.
to travel
Very
you know.
bundled.
Yeah.
very bundled.
I also have 3 costumes in my equipment.
What? Haley,
This
do
is
they- are
what
they-
bards start with.
they
I started with this.
Are they descriptive in what they are, or do you have an idea of what you'd be putting on?
Cerelia gets to describe what the costumes are.
No, but I'm saying, does Haley already know what all 3 of them are? Do you want to describe
Oh
it?
no, I have no idea.
All right, well then go ahead and describe.
Never thought about it.
Cerelia dresses herself. What is this costume looking like right now?
Okay, I had a hilarious thought. What if she had really tall platform shoes to make herself look taller?
Yes. Keep cooking.
Yeah. And she can take her pigtails off.
Okay.
Spicing.
Kind of,
Punk,
Can
punk.
she use them as
Cyphus will
skills?
put
So,
them
I would
on.
say so.
Are they polycaps? Can she put them elsewhere? Do they click
Not-
in a place and do another location?
no.
This is like a Magirna.
No, they're just there. She just has them. I mean, if
think-
Ronaldo in our sled is there, she might just leave them there. One of these costumes, I imagine it's just like a cloak, like a heavy, dark cloak with a hood and everything.
Cyphus, you watch this transformation right before your very eyes, but do you believe it when you see it? She is a completely different person. You'd almost believe she was a human if you saw her, or if you didn't see her transformation right before your eyes. Do you have Do you have a transformation of your own?
I don't have a transformation, but I could ask Cerelia to put makeup on so I don't look old.
Handsome Cyphus.
Young Cyphus.
Handsome young Cyphus.
Oh, maybe I could put
Hell yeah.
I
tips in my hair to make it black.
I would say you get down on your knees, but then she makes you look like an autognome. you guys accidentally turn into each other.
But he's got like shoes on his knees and he's scooting around like he's walking.
But his open like bare feet are dragging behind him.
Yeah.
I'm just now imagining though. I'm still stuck on rearranging all of the pieces of her ponytail, and I'm just imagining Cerelia going to normal proportioned humanoid by like extending her arms and legs with her ponytail. Just
Yeah,
like one
she's-
segment for each arm, one segment for each leg.
I'm so glad
she's-
Cerelia was built with modularism in mind.
Yeah, she's like a Gundam.
Exactly.
God damn it.
But I mean, she's not that much taller. Like she's got really tall shoes, but they don't add 3 feet onto her height or anything. Make her 6 feet tall.
This is Cerelia fighter mode.
Got fucking stilts on.
Alright, Cyphus, just say henshin.
Yeah, for real.
Cyphus will put maybe soot in his hair to make it black again. So it'll be young Cyphus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Tomeseeker power. Make up.
This is like when you boot up Super Smash Brothers and you just pick young Cyphus instead of Cyphus.
Yeah.
It's an alternate skin.
And you hear Xander Mobius say, Young Cyphus!
Oh, I met him before. Did you know that? I met Xander Mobius Xander before, and he signed a baby.
Excuse me?
Yeah, there was a couple with a baby, and they wanted his autograph, and they like came up, and before they could even say anything, he was like, "Oh my God, am I signing the baby?" And the couple like looked at each other, like really confused, and then they were like, "Sure." They put the baby on the table and like lifted its shirt up, and
What
he
the
signed
fuck?
the baby's stomach. Yeah.
And you saw this?
Yeah, it was at OMG Con,
Oh my God.
in Kentucky.
All right. So anyway.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So if you guys do in fact enter in costume, she's going to try and make a perception check, but with disadvantage.
Good.
Yeah.
She got a 4.
Yeah. Okay.
You walk in,
Yeah.
unsure of who's entering. She gives you guys a once-over, but quickly has to serve the next bowl of soup to one of her patrons and ignores you. Back in the other room, Ronaldo, Aster, Garosh, and Kataros, you watch as Nerith brings you guys not, in fact, to the town hall, but to the Three Flags sailing with the owl. And it's here where he brings you up into one of the nicer rooms.
Nice.
Oh no, sorry. The Luskan Arms. I'm fucking stupid. Dude, Targos is not my town. I'll tell you what.
Which one of these is the... Now I'm confused. Are we going to the
You guys
flag?
are in the Three Flags sailing. The boys are up in the Luskan Arms. The largest guest suite is where he takes you, and it's occupied by Nerith, who's made this sort of his room and a great place to have visitors brought. Over in the back corner, as you enter, you notice 3 flying snakes caged and being fed as he walks in, throwing cubes of meat to them. I'm more than aware that you may also know of the rumors going about you. And I'm more than happy to, let's say, answer any questions you may have.
Yeah, do you know who started it?
Garosh. Surely you weren't that stupid.
Aster leans over and goes, he started it.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see if he would say it.
He finds that quite humorous. Now, if I'm not incorrect, Aster and Garosh, you were the ones who ended up foiling my plans, were you not? I know you had some help from that half-orc girl, and I'm sure she will be paid her dues in time. But you two... Wait a minute. And he goes, what are they? I'm missing a few of you. Seems some of the others have run off in our time traveling. No worries. They'll be brought to us soon. And he snaps his finger, and you guys can hear armor clamoring from outside another door, and it's like going farther down the hall.
All right. So what is it that you want with us?
Well, I wanted you to stay out of my fucking business, but evidently we can't have everything we want, now can we? I'm sure you've heard from that bastard Shandar and his stupid fucking minions. But it is no problem. Shandar is of no consequence now. And as he moves over, he kicks a box that is not too large. It's something that you guys could carry in hand, and out rolls Shandar Froth's head. You see, I spent a good amount of time setting up this ploy, and all of that time is wasted now. I'd intended to very calmly instruct good mead from afar, but you've spoiled that plan. So I intend to make good use of you. Sunseekers. A fucking joke. He describes in not too much detail about how, though you guys may be doing these things for good and for the greater good of the people, I assure you that your good can be much more useful in the hands of those who know how to use it. He begins to instruct you guys, talking about how he, after Shandar had returned and spoken of his failure, he'd sent out his minions to the 10 towns. I've sent them to share their stories of how the Sunseekers attacked Shandar Froth during the election, and how Olivessa Untapor conscripted you to do so, and why you all did it for money. The people will soon believe the Sunseekers are no good crooks out for everyone's money, but I have a solution that could clear these rumors up, if you'd be willing to hear them out.
I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
What exactly are you trying to get from all of this?
Oh, don't worry, young Mr. Zaret. I have my plans.
Then share them with us, if you're so sure of yourself.
Well, where is it? Sorry, I switched over. You can build up your credibility once more going to these towns, but you will be met with hostility. Surely the only places you may find comfort are places you have traveled before. It's quite hard to change these Dale folks' mind without enough time. And if you're to do what I believe you are, which is good for the sake of being good, I can assume only that this will be of short consequence. But I can continue making your lives hell and causing you roadblock after roadblock, which is why I come to you now in a request. I have, of course, problems that I've faced in my time as speaker. I can't quite travel to the places I'd like to, but I would like you to retrieve something for me. Something that may sway the Dale folk if they'd seen I was able to do so. I'm sure you've heard rumors throughout the towns, correct?
Yeah.
You'll have to be a fair bit more specific.
Huh. Rumors of various problems the people of these towns are facing.
Why, yes, of course.
Have you heard, excuse me as I pull up. If you head northwest out of Bremen, you'll see a pirate ship frozen in the ice, less than a quarter mile offshore. No one's sure where it came from, but it's not going anywhere so long as this dark winter lasts. From what I've heard from my respectable allies, it's full of treasures.
This is not the ship that we have already checked out, right?
What do you mean?
We have checked out a ship frozen in a body of water. This is a different ship frozen in the body of water.
Oh no, you've seen the East Haven ferry.
Yeah,
that's one of the ferries.
I'm just checking my memory to make sure that these are two different boats.
Looks like fishers are being terrorized there. That's all I have in my notes about it.
I mean, you've given us very little reason to help you besides tarnishing our reputation and offering to clear it. But you've also just mentioned yourself that it is very hard to sway these people once you have given them a reputation. So how can we trust that you'll not only choose to live up to your end of the bargain, but be able to do so in the first place?
Well, if you do this favor for me, I'd consider a bit of your debt repaid. I've spent years trying to set these things up, and with my plans no longer in motion, I must look for another way to gain favor amongst the Dale folk outside of Targos. It would be of use to me if the Sunseekers, or as you may now hear throughout the towns, the Shadowstalkers, to do good. I require your assistance because I have too many subordinates that fail me time and time again, and he slams onto this table, and I will not have any more problems impede me from my trips, from my journeys to God. Sorry, I lost myself.
No, continue.
I will not have many more insubordinate, churlish, or idiotic partners. I see that you are a group that gets things done. And while this is going on, Haley, Justin, you guys are traveling throughout the Luskin... No, sorry. Yeah. No.
Sailing flood.
Wherever the fuck this place
I literally
is.
moved them on the
Yeah,
owl
thank
there.
you. Sorry,
Yeah.
I whenever I clicked it open, it was just available. The first thing I saw was the Luskin Arms. As you guys are in this tavern, you can hear guards clamoring outside. Not that I'm switching perspective, I just want you to know, at this point, you guys can hear them, but they won't be able to notice you. But while you're in the tavern and asking people, guards have begun to descend upon it and are searching through people. Garosh, Aster, Kataros, Ronaldo, who is scared, by the way. Nerith explains, I need not trustworthy, but capable subordinates. And if you would like, I'd be more than happy to throw in a further reward. Information is, let's say, not that common in the Dale. And I have a wealth of it. I could even be described as the richest man in the Dale, if information were money. If rumors were coppers, I'd still hold hordes above the common man. And if it's information you require, I'm more than willing to help you. Does information interest you?
Strongly depends on the nature of that information. Simply offering information as a vague idea, not so much. Information on
Aster.
the ceaseless winter, information on...
He cuts you off with a... Aster, Cyphus, it is magical items you search for. It is magics of a higher degree that you pine for, is it not?
Well,
yes.
With intention in mind, yes.
Of course. What if I told you I had magics unbeknownst to the Dale folk that I could point you in the direction of? I'm not saying these are magics of evil descent, but magics of, let's say, a neutral descent. They're powerful, yes, but whether they are good or bad depends on those who wield them. And you wouldn't want these magics falling into the wrong hands, would you not?
No, perhaps not.
Kataros, you search for something I've yet not acquired as much information as I would like to, but from what I hear, the Duergar are scared of you. You would like to know more about these Duergar, would you not? Whispers amongst the shadows and those invisible mention that of the dark skin and the dark blue. Azure is thrown he was just saying Azure is thrown around a lot. Whispers from those mouths unseen. And from what I can tell, something that would interest you.
Sorry, Azure? Isn't Azure Chardalyn?
Ah, there it is. I hadn't known in particular, but Azure Chardalyn. It's a gemstone I'm not familiar with, even in my time spent. But you, he walks over to you and encircles you for a moment with a gaze. You seem to be coming upon a wealth of it.
Just what have you heard?
Not very much. Black Chardalyn, of course, is very common in the Dale, but this Azure Chardalyn, it intrigues me. And while I'm not a wealth, a spring of knowledge about it, I've heard my rumors, and if you have rumors, I'd like to hear them. Though, for those, I'd be willing to pay generous gold. But now is not the time. Over in the tavern, Cerelia, Cyphus, you guys see the guards are searching throughout. You guys, are you looking to talk to people?
I was hoping to just listen to rumors, but I would also like to avoid getting arrested.
Give me a perception check. Haley, if you'd like to as well.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh.
Captain.
For a second there, I thought you said aye, Kevin, and I was just like...
Aye, Kevin. I rolled a 13.
So bad. Cyphus's disguise is getting in the way of his hearing.
Too busy looking at himself in the mirror.
I don't want to travel. Goblin scavengers prowl the tundra on the backs of wolves and wagons. They also like to ambush travelers on the ten trails. On this side of the mountain, well, a group of trappers found the goblins' fortress in the mountains. Someone should go over there and wreck it.
Cyphus, did you roll?
I got a 7.
Okay. Yes, just northwest out of Bremen. That's where the ship is, a quarter mile off the shore. Nobody can tell me where it came from, and rumors have it that it's not even there, an illusion. But anywhere, it's not going anywhere, especially as long as this everlasting rime ensnares us. I'd love to see that treasure, but I'm not willing to risk the journey. As that's going on, Haley, one of the guards taps you on the head, and when it rings back with the sound of metal, they grab hold of you and Cyphus beside you. And with a whoosh, you guys are whisked back into the Luskan Arms, where you are thrown before Nerth, Aster, Garosh, and Kataros. You guys watch as they are shoved through the doorway, and he goes, "There they are. Wonderful of you to join us." So my question is...
Is it illegal to get a drink in this town?
My question still
What's that guy
stands.
gotta do?
Will you remain the Sunseekers to these people? Or carry on down this path and become the Shadowstalkers they fear?
Oh, don't rename us.
You say that out loud.
He's like under his breath.
Yeah, Kataros is like cringing a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Kataros is cringing. Garosh goes, it's actually not a bad name. Damn it.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Fuck, that's actually kind of sick.
I'll know Garosh.
Bad
He's
things,
next
so
up.
if we stalk them, that doesn't mean that we're bad necessarily. It means that we're stalking evil things. But I think out of character, I think we play along for now and maybe do some shenanigans a little bit more.
Yeah.
He
I think I would.
Ooh, sorry, you go.
Oh, I think I was gonna have Kataros send message to Aster, which Nerth will probably be able to see, but it's fine. Just be like, let's play along. If he gives us any like real information, we can report that to Duvessa or any of the other speakers that we've kind of befriended.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then it's a deal.
Sounds we're willing to cooperate.
Tell us what you want first.
I would like you to head to the Dark Duchess and retrieve its treasure for me. Not only will I clear up this nasty rumor and calm the nerves of the Dale folk around me, but if you bring me back the treasure as well, I can spread it amongst the Dale folk and earn far more trust than I could have with Shandar's. And he looks over at the head with a wince. Let's say, lesser beloved tendencies.
Well, there better be something worth fighting there, or else I'm gonna get bored. But yeah, I'm game.
All right.
I'm not a huge fan of this dude just beheading a guy, but
Fair enough. Yeah, Shandar Froth executed for not his not insubordination, but his failure. You guys are willing to take on the task of finding where this ship is and raiding it?
I mean, we just got a big hint.
Yeah, no, he'll point it out for you on a map if you accept.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, we about to be pirates?
Yeah, we're gonna go get this treasure.
Treasure?
Yeah, I ain't doing it for you, though.
Okay, but like, out of character, like, we could take some of the treasure and pocket it. Like, it's not like that big of a deal.
It says we're returning the treasure to him.
He points out if you guys go to Bremen and head directly northwest, like a perfect northwest, you will reach the Dark Duchess, as it is called. Traveling there will take you a few days, no doubt. And the journey will be treacherous, but for the Sunseekers of the Icewind Dale, it should be no problem, should it?
The Dark Duchess, the perfect task for the Shadowstalkers.
So are we the Shadowstalkers or the Sunseekers? Because now I'm just confused.
I mean, we didn't choose Sunseekers as a name, so...
Sunseekers is more of a title given to those who seek to do good in the Icewind Dale for the sake of doing good. The Shadowstalkers is a rather unflattering name that he has given you, or at least spread around the town with his goons.
Are you sure it's unflattering?
It's unflattering to common folk.
Yeah, we can think it's cool, but it still sounds scary.
Scary.
That was very much in character, under his breath again.
All right. And if it's a deal, then I see no reason for you to remain in Targos. The people here are not too welcoming, if you catch my drift.
Yeah,
You'd
whose
have
fault is
more
that?
of an easy time if you were to head to, well, Bryn Shander, or maybe you could attempt Bremen, though my reach is much farther than it. I could send word or two to ease the tensions. But off with you. And I do not wish to see you back in my town until you have completed your request. Am I clear?
Understood.
Wonderful.
Someone we have to pay a visit to,
With that,
and then we'll be on our way.
he pays no mind to that, and you watch as he opens up the cage of flying snakes to feed them once again. And you guys are all individually pulled outside of the Luskan Arms by his guard, setting off to find, I believe, if you want, this is quick, but you guys can head over to Keegan and his husband if you want to receive your gift, your reward. Passing
let's do that.
Passing by Keegan's on your way out of town, him and his husband cannot thank you enough. It has been a few days, but I hope this is worth the trek. I've heard the rumors, but after what you've done for me and my husband, we can't help but be grateful. And I hope this shows our gratitude. And he hands you what appears to be scrimshaw bone that depicts the 5 of you. It is a massive, saber-tooth bone. And on it, there is the depiction of, all 5 of you moving in a line with all of you pointing your weapons up towards the sky, where there is a, depiction of Auril that you are obviously facing off, and behind her she hides the sun.
I love that.
That's adorable.
And from here you leave Targos. Whether you're meant for Bremen or to go beyond it is up to you next week. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you all. Thank you fucking so much to Monologue. You know what? We didn't do it earlier, but can we get a round of soundboard effects for this wonderful, wonderful motherfucker? And, of course, thank you so much to Matthew for your amazingly kind donation as well. I don't believe any of them used their bonuses for this time. You can save it. We can put the fucking bomb. You guys did fucking amazing. Thank you guys again for coming, and thank you guys for playing. If you guys, are we doing the Cerelia fucking locked in tambourine? Yeah. If you guys want to play Icewind Dale: Realm of the Frostmaiden, it's available on D&D Beyond or your local bookstore if they have it. If you want to catch us every Tuesday at 8 to 10, you can catch us on Parahealing Creative, or you can watch the VODs that are available later. I know we're a little backed up on VODs, but that's because we're waiting for a wonderful Miss Thok's introduction. I'm sure there's going to be a very large swath of silence between our uploads, but it'll happen. If you want to catch me or any of my other amazing players, you can check out the description below. I hope you guys have an amazing night. I love you dearly. Have a great time. Good night.
Good night.
Wait, sorry. Is there anything that you guys want to say before we end?
I love you.
Oh my god.